Well, Mother's Day is about to be ruined because Rachel Zegler Snow White is crawling back into theaters like a cockroach that refuses to die. So Disney actually thinks we're dumb enough to go ahead and pay for this disaster again. Well, I didn't see it, but oh well. Rachel Zegler already embarrassed herself in the first time with this insufferable meltdown of a movie, and now Disney wants to run it back on Mother's Day weekend, no less. I mean, four times with this particular humiliation and stuff, which is unfortunate. Four times the failure, and four times the name that will go down in Hollywood history as the box office punchline, Rachel Zegler. Now, this is no surprise here because basically, I mean, it's like Disney learned nothing from this complete fiasco. You see, Snow White, starring Rachel Zegler, was dead on arrival before when it was first released in theaters, and here they are trying to slap a shiny red bow on this nightmare, pushing it back in the theaters. About 12, over 1,200 of them on the 1,200 screens, like it's some kind of beloved masterpiece. Now, exactly what kind of corporate meltdown is happening over here? I mean, Rachel Zegler already got destroyed by audiences when this thing first hit theaters. Now, do they honestly think that anyone, any sane person, is buying another ticket for this Rachel Zegler train wreck? I mean, Rachel Zegler couldn't even sell this garbage to her own fan base if she tried, okay? And that's actually saying a lot right there. Unfortunately, we got Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot Snow White didn't just flop, it exploded on impact like a ticking time bomb. I mean, $86 million, that's all it pulled in domestically on a reported $270 million budget. They're really trying to go ahead and see if they can make more money off of this. Do you have any idea how embarrassing that is? I mean, that's not just a loss, that's a studio destroying disaster. And who do they parade out to take the heat again? That's right, Rachel Zegler, the queen of cringe, if you will, the face of Hollywood's most tone deaf remake. Okay, I mean, you thought the first one was bad. This re-release is actually making it even more pathetic. Okay, now Disney knows that they've got nothing left. That's why they're doing this cheap stunt on Mother's Day. Okay, they're actually praying that moms who grew up on the original Snow White will actually drag their kids to go ahead and see this woke, unrecognizable nightmare just one more time. I mean, it's basically a desperate cash grab at this point and stuff, an embarrassment, if you will. And they know that it's coming to digital next Tuesday. And this is not about art. This is not about a legacy. This is about simply just squeezing a few extra pennies out of a dead franchise that Rachel Zegler already ran into the ground herself. Now you got to ask yourself, I mean, what exactly is the strategy here? Why throw this thing back onto over 1,200 screens again? I mean, is it corporate denial? Are they really this delusional? I mean, Snow White holds a 1.6 out of 10 rating on IMDb, if not 2.0 out of 10. That's not a typo. That's not a fluke. That's what happens when audiences reject your insufferable garbage. I mean, this movie didn't get review bomb, okay? No, it got destroyed by real people who spent real money and walked out of the theater wondering how Disney fell this far. And yet here they are doubling down on this woke failure. Now, the attitude of Rachel Zegler didn't help it either. You see, y'all remember the whole press tour that by Rachel Zegler and stuff, the endless clips of her mocking the original, throwing shade at the story that built her career, also with the weird lines. I mean, she made it very clear she had nothing but contempt for the fans who actually made Snow White a legend. I mean, that's the reason, the real reason people stayed away. Nobody wants to support someone who actually trashes the source material, okay? And also act like, she's basically better than the character that she's playing. And then lectures the audience and stuff on how they should feel, okay? Trying to control their thinking. And Rachel Zegler didn't just ruin Snow White, she became the face of everything wrong with modern Hollywood. And Disney's response, total silence. Not once did they pull Rachel Zegler aside and then tell her to stop with the insanity. Not once did they course correct. I mean, there were reports that they did it and stuff, but I don't think they really did that. But they let her run wild, knowing full well the backlash was building and stuff. And here we are months later with the same insufferable movie being shoved back into theaters like nothing happened. Okay, so basically, Rachel Zegler gets to embarrass herself all over again, and Disney gets to go ahead and pretend they're doing something smart. I mean, at this point, it's actually pretty laughable. Absolutely laughable, okay? And that's nothing new right there. But this is what happens when you actually ignore your audience and stuff. The classic, Disney play right there. See, Disney thinks they're too big to fail. They think that, they can go ahead and slap a familiar name on anything and you'll show up with your wallet open. But the people have actually had enough. You see, this version of Snow White starring Rachel Zegler is living proof of that. It's the blueprint for how to get destroyed by your own customers that you're trying to aim and reach out to. And instead of just learning their lesson, Disney keeps lighting the match, watching the house burn, and saying, let's try it again next weekend. But make no mistake, this is a meltdown in real time. See, Disney is in a free fall, and Rachel Zegler's Snow White is the symbol of their collapse. Now, you don't spend nearly $300 million on a movie just to go ahead and scrape by with $86 million at the domestic box office. That's not even breaking even right there, okay? That's not even a soft landing. That's a full-blown nightmare that executives will be talking about for decades and stuff, and still, they have the nerve to bring this particular embarrassment back to the big screen. I mean, at this point, it's unbelievable, but not surprising at all. And what exactly is this re-release going to fix? You see, the digital release and stuff is right around the corner. Like I said earlier and stuff, it's supposed to be released next Thursday. Anyone who wanted to watch this disaster again can do it from their couch in a matter of days if they wanted to or willing to. But nobody in their right mind is driving to a theater, buying popcorn, and sitting through the smug performance of Rachel Zegler one more time. Now, this is just Disney simply exploding whatever shred of credibility they have left. I mean, at this point, it's sad and it's pathetic, but it was 100% deserved. But let's be honest, though. I mean, this isn't just about Snow White. This is about Disney's entire strategy falling apart. They've turned their backs on the fans. They've turned their classics into basically corporate punchlines, and honestly, they've let people like Rachel Zegler go ahead and take the wheel, okay, driving billion-dollar franchises straight into the ground. I mean, she's been in back-to-back flopping movies and stuff lately, and I feel sorry for her at this point, but how much longer can they keep this up? How many more meltdowns can they afford before even the diehard Disney faithful walk away for good? Now, honestly, Rachel Zegler's Snow White is just, like I said plenty of times before, a case study in how not to remake a beloved classic. From the awful marketing to the insufferable press tour to the exploding box office failures, I mean, it's all right there in black and white. You see, Disney had one job, okay? Respect the story that made them a household name in the first place. But instead, I mean, they gave us this train wreck, slapped a $270 million price tag on it, and acted surprised when the audience rejected it. I mean, this is what happens when you put corporate woke politics above storytelling and the audience. But let's look at the numbers again. 1.6 out of 10 on IMDb. That's not trolls. That's not even a glitch. That's the voice of the people, loud and clear. This Rachel Zegler Snow White got destroyed because of the consequences to their actions, including Rachel Zegler. Now, you can't take a timeless story, rip out its heart, and replace it with virtue signaling and expect people to celebrate you for it, no matter what. You see, Disney thought that they can go ahead and lecture the audience into submission, but the audience actually clapped back, and guess what? They're still not letting them get up. You see, Rachel Zegler and her legacy is already set. You see, she's not the next big thing. She's not even Hollywood's golden girl. She's the face of a $270 million mistake that keeps getting worse with every re-release. This is her legacy now, or at least so far, and Disney owns it. They let it happen, they cheered it on, and now they're stuck with the rubble, which is just basically, and Rachel Zegler's Snow White isn't just a flop, it's a warning to every studio out there that think they can go ahead and treat the audience like garbage and get away with it. Now, simply put, Disney needs to go ahead and keep pushing, Rachel Zegler Snow White. I mean, let them, burn themselves down and stuff. Keep throwing it out there on more screens. Keep pretending this is normal, okay? Every single time you do so, you remind the world just how insufferable, tone deaf, and clueless they've become. You see, they're not winning anyone back. They're not fixing their brand. They're simply just, exploding it for all to see. And the worst part, they're doing it on Mother's Day weekend. Once again, turning a celebration of family into another corporate cash grab that no one asked for. Okay. Now, simply put, this Snow White movie starring Rachel Zegler got destroyed once. It's about to get destroyed again. And the only people to blame for this are sitting basically in Disney's boardroom and stuff, counting all the pennies while their legacy continue to burn to the ground. Well, enjoy the show, folks. This particular meltdown is far from over. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button if you enjoyed what was shared in this video. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.